Hello everybody, my name is Spicy and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Hydra and how you can up your damage for the Hydra Clash and the upcoming Mythic Champion Shards. So as Raid has announced through YouTube comments and things, you're going to be able to receive the Mythic Champion Shards, or the shards you can get the Mythic Champions from. So be it a 0.5% chance. That only starts going up by like 0.5 or 1% after 200 shards, which is crazy, but here we are. Regardless, I'm sure people are going to want to go for them, and there's some very important things that I have recently learned about Hydra that you guys should definitely know, and what has helped me go from not much damage to almost double the damage without too many changes, and with one of my champions being unbooked, unmastered, and not even level 60 yet. So, moving to Nightmare, you can see 67 million, which isn't the best I can do. I have some changes I'm planning on making very soon. But I have Necmo doing 9 mil, Venus doing 17 mil, Cubitus only doing 14 mil, Contra at level 46. Not much damage, but you can see this provoke set. Newt doing almost 25 mil, and Duchess doing no damage really. So, you might be wondering, well, yes, this is a lot of really amazing champions. What are you talking about? Why is this even why is 67 million even that much damage? Well, it isn't that much damage, and this damage will be way higher once I get my second Cupidus built and put him into War Master. But besides that, the thing that I really want to highlight is this provoke set. Besides all the living stats, which we'll go about soon, we'll go over soon, I want to highlight something that I've recently learned to be so insanely important, and I had no idea. So if we go here, let's look. This Krisk is in the Curse set. Let's look a little bit more. A Krisk again in a Curse set. As we get further down here, maybe not this difficulty, which that's just the very top teams, but let's look here. So we have, where is it? Oh yeah, here we go. So we have a provoke set on this Necmo, another curse set, and a reflex set here. There's probably a lot of reflex sets that I didn't even really notice. Oh look, another curse set, another curse set. Oh, also look, another retaliation set, another reflex, another reflex. Okay, anyways, you guys get the point. One of the biggest things that I've recently learned is that we all need to start farming Ice Golem. It's something I've never done in my 4 years of playing this game, is farm Ice Golem, but I am going to be starting very soon. As you can see, I kind of farmed this a little bit, and this team, it does okay, but I need to come up with a new one, which is my next project on my account. Besides upping my damage on Hydra, it is going to be doing this. So, why is this so important? As you saw, a lot of either cursed, reflex, or provoke sets, as well as a couple retaliation sets, and in these you're going to either be getting the hex, which helps you target the head that's going to be stealing your buffs, the provoke that cleanses the debuffs, and then reflex that, as you can see, 40% chance to reduce random skill cooldown by 1 turn, which might not be that insane, but it's actually very, very useful, especially on your champions like your Husk or your Royal Guard or your Acrizia or whoever it may be, your Newt. Just trying to get your big damage abilities out more and more and more, as well as the Hex getting out. The ability to kill that really annoying head nobody wants to deal with, or the provoke set, which is the one that did a lot for me. And it doesn't have to be good. The gear doesn't have to be good. Keep in mind, I have a damage set of gauntlets on her that do literally nothing. Damage weapon that is only here for the set, as well as the speed and accuracy. a pretty okay shield, and then a really good chest plate, but still, it doesn't have to be that good a gear, and it still has so much value. So we all need to be getting into Ice Golem and doing a lot of work there. Besides that, some other things to keep in mind when you're trying to do more damage in Hydra is take advantage of your free champions that you get. Let's say Drexthar or your Cleoptrix. I know I don't have them built right now because I personally just don't have to use them. But if you're trying to up your damage, maybe you need that Hex that you haven't farmed Ice Golem for, or maybe you need that Provoke and that HP burn. Whatever it may be, these champions can do a lot for you, and you should really give them a go, as well as Vizix. I don't have Vizix because I fed her into my Lydia, but putting her in a Provoke set or a Hex set will do just so much work for you guys. You really shouldn't undermine it. The next big thing about upping your damage is marking down your damage. This is a tip I got from a guy named Nove in my clan, is at 50 turns or 25 turns, mark your damage down, see where you're at, see if you need to up your damage or if you need to up your survivability. Do it again at 50, or go 50 at start and then 100. See where you are. I learned I needed to up my damage, but I also needed to up my control so I could live longer. Some things to mention, like putting a bolster or a regen or a guardian set on certain people. My Artak, I don't really use my Artak yet, but just because I don't have the books, but I have him in a guardian set. This gives him heals, but also lets him take some damage, so my other squishier DPSs and things, or my Wukong or whoever it may be, can do some more work. So they're not dying as often. He's taking a little bit of damage, but he also gets that heal like you would in a regen set or something. He also puts it out a decrease attack, which is a big thing to have out. Decrease attack does so much for your team. So just staying alive can really do a lot. And I know that might sound dumb, but the value of, let's look at my Cupidus, my arena Cupidus. So, I mean, his build is strong. He has 6.2k attack, 173 speed, and 253% crit damage. And Savage and Cruel, and a Stone Skin ring. This is mainly focused on survivability stats, which is something that, like I said, living is so important. Sacrificing maybe a little bit of attack. Apologies, guys. I do not know what's going on. I just started randomly coughing. Okay, anyways, as I was saying, sacrificing maybe a little bit of attack for an extra 10k HP and extra 400 defense is really worth it, especially when you're talking about Hydra, where you have to be going for a very long time. Or even somebody like Cupidus, where you do want him to take some hits and he needs to be able to live through them to be able to attack. Another thing is going to be your buffs, as I was talking about with the decrease attack debuff. A big one is Mithrala. She's going to be bringing your shields, your strengthens, as well as your increased defenses. Strengthen and increased defense are two of the biggest buffs for Hydra. Some things you really need to keep in mind when you're building a team to make sure you have them so you can live along with your decreased attack. Besides that, guys, taking more turns is really important. So things like your Necmo, or like I mentioned before, your Vizix, so you get that decreased attack. Another person that can do a really great job is Molly. Seeker can do great because he provokes for you and has the 3-turn TM boost. Pair him with Vizix or pair him with White Dryad Nia, and you can actually do a lot of work. White Dryad Nia will work amazing in either a taunting set, a regen set, or a hex set. So with the regen, I'm speaking from her passive, where if she heals, your team heals. With her, when talking about the Hex, she has an AoE A1 with decreased speed, a lot like Krisk. And then you can also put a provoke set on her for that exact same thing. Um, yeah, so you guys need to learn to build your champions to live a little bit more. Also, get as many damage champions that you can into either relentless or reflex, or even I forget the name because it's still a newer set. I believe it's impulse. Yeah, impulse, reflex, or even relentless are all really important things you could get your champions into to do some more damage. I know from my new, it was more about the speed. Yes, he's a very strong build, but getting the speed up means he's getting his turns more. So if you cannot afford to get them into a reflex or any of those sets, just up the speed. I sacrificed a relentless set because I use him in hard fire knight, and I can't use a relentless set on him really because I need the buffs up for when he gets hit the first time. It's a little weird, but yeah. So just getting his speed up helps a tremendous amount. Um, Besides that, I would highly recommend just knowing your team synergies, knowing which buffs you need, which debuffs you need, which I mentioned quite a few, but know what you need in your team, what you can do on your account. You're going to find some amazing examples in your Hydra Clash. So just go to your Hydra Clash, guys. Look at the top teams and just look at them, see what they're doing. Let's look at this one. So we have turn meter taking more turns, turn meter taking more turns, decreasing their speed, increasing your speed, increasing the accuracy. You have a provoke here. You have a backup provoke. You have damage in the torment as well. The Ugo to block their buffs and heal yourself, and then the Drang for some HP burns, as well as Husk is also doing some uh, AoE max HP hits. Let's look at another one. Preferably not absolutely insane ones. Here, this guy's 3 teams. This hard team. So the hard team, he's using Cupidus Venus for the main source of damage, but he's also using Helicath when the head that seals your buffs isn't out there. Using Venus to also strip those buffs off, so using a buff stripper. A very big shout for this is going to be somebody like Wukong, somebody that I have been using for normal, actually getting around 150 mil per key on normal when I do my normal keys, is going to be this team right here. This team could do about 150 million. If I'm just kind of manualing it, paying attention, it just takes a long time, so it's kind of frustrating to do over time, but it does a lot of damage. My my Ragash goes absolutely crazy. His build is very strong. But yeah, it's just about the team synergy, and also on normal Hydra, guys, just build damage. That's really all you have to do. Like your normal DPS is like your Hefrak or your Rhonda can do a lot of damage here, which is something like if you're just trying to go for this first chest, you can for sure, if you just throw, if you're mid game, you can probably just one chest this, I meant one key this to get the first chest. Outside of that, it gets harder and harder, but just something I thought I would mention while I was here talking about getting higher in Hydra Clash, getting your damage generally higher. Anyways, guys, if you did learn something from this video, enjoy this video, enjoy my content in general, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe. We are on our way to 1,000. I will be trying to do a giveaway soon for hitting 900 subscribers, but once we hit 1,000, I'm going to try to do one of the bigger giveaways I've ever done, since that is going to be, but since that is my overall goal for the channel, even though I do hope one day we can surpass that and go so much further, because I don't plan on this channel just ending when I stop playing Raid. I do hope to move on to more games if I do ever stop playing Raid, which eventually I probably will. I'll probably try Hell Hades' game when they come out with it. Yeah. Another thing, if you guys are not already in my Discord, I do encourage you to join that. We have an amazing community of people who are very helpful and very happy to talk to you guys about any issues you are having in the game. Um, One of my mods named Holly, he's very good at normal clan boss. One place that I struggle with, I go to him for help. Even I go to the other people for help, for a second opinion. There you can also find me for account help. You can it's all paid, but I do I do try to keep my prices decently low so that everybody can afford it, or at least most people can afford it. I understand some people have issues, and that's perfectly fine. Don't feel bad for not being able to afford something in a game. There's no shame in that. It's just a game at the end of the day. Anyways, thank y'all again so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out, guys.